you come at me with a javelin, a spear, a sword, giant shields, army tanks, machine guns, F-15s. But I come at you with the name of Yahweh of armies. That's what King David told him. This is Highlighter, and I'm giving a review on the House of David film. I watched just the two episodes, the first two. While watching it, I was surprised to think, can I not watch a movie without seeing idols in it? Filmmakers again have disappointed me. Well, actually not. They're doing what they do. As the way I see it, I have a lot of experience seeing in films. That's a gift given to me by the blood of the Lamb, whose name is Yahshua in Hebrew. And the way it looks is that the theater has become an altar for Baal, where they show blood and gore, murder and killing, and the other thing they show is the idols. Some may think, well, that's what the world's made up of sex and violence and idolatry. But you always lead me to see that the filmmakers are benefiting from their idolatry. On the left is the Sumerian Dingur, the number 8, but also there's 8 of these points, so the Dingur is 8 and 8. And David is 7, the house of Israel 7. Yahweh chose David not because he was strong and smart or intelligent. He had experience, but he chose him because he was smaller and disadvantaged. In the first 2 episodes of the House of David, he wanted to join the army, but they looked down on him because it reflects what the scriptures tells us. Even Israel was chosen because Israel is smaller than all the nations around it. The king is the 7th, which is Messiah, is right there in the center of the Star of David. That's the left-hand path and the right-hand path. I went to film school for a short time, and I have to tell you my opinion as being involved a little bit in the filmmaking to see and observe how things are done. And as a creative person, I think that they did a good job with the House of David film. But I want to tell you again that Lucifer is covered in light and goodness. You take the horror, the blood and guts, and the parts where they terrorize you and show the idols, and you cover it with light and goodness. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahweh and served Balaam. This is what I've shown in this channel. This ministry is exposing the weakness of the churches, that they may change their thinking and return to Yahweh and His Son. And my hope is that in turn they would influence the leaders of America and the nations, that the nations in America may be spared of their idolatry. Here is the idolatry I've shown before in all the world, in the churches. Roman Catholics, the idols put there. The Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians 10, 19 and 21 that the Gentiles, they sacrifice to demons. That's what the idols are. I've said before, the idols bring evil spirits, attract that spirit is over these ministries and churches because of the idol and idolatry. So the films have become an altar, a ball, where they make their sacrifices with their idols. Nevertheless, Yahweh raises up judges, which delivered them out of the hands of those who spoiled them. If the church leaders would hear and to see of what is going on in the churches, they can return to Him and rebuild the altars. Because right now, right there on the stage of the churches, I'm seeing the altars have the very name of Inanna right there on the stage, the idol of Lucifer, the idol of Baal. It's worldwide. Let me show you something here. There are 16 dots. 16 dots here that reflects the Sumerian Dingur. These little dots here, circles, there are 4 of these here. 4 and 4 is 8. There are 16 of these. Look right here, the cross, the number 4, 4 points. That's 8. 4 and 4 is 8. And down here at the bottom, that's 16. The number 16 appears 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So that you would know that they're communicating the number 16. This is on the churches in old world Tartaria churches. I've seen lots of images. And the Anglican church has the 16-point flower. Their explanation is that it's the compass rose, they call it. But I'm not interested in their opinions and their motives, but my objective is to know what Yahweh is revealing, and it's a process that He gives to the messengers that we would empty ourselves of our interest in thinking, to know what He's doing, what He's revealing, and not to know the thoughts of the people. Here they are worshiping the Dingur. If you go to Wikipedia and search Dingur, D-I-N-G-I-R, you'll see the ancient people worship the number 8 right there. It's 8 and also 88. For the Sumerian gods, Anu and Inanna, because they are symbolized by the stars, the 8-pointed star. Inanna is symbolized by 8-pointed star. The gods, the nations are symbolized by stars. Here you'll see in the churches, this also 16 points on the front. Here's another example, 16 points. This is a video I did. You can get more information here on the 16 pointed stars, which is 88. So the first 2 episodes of The House of David, the production was very good. And I thought to watch it, I was kind of anxious, like happy to see a movie about the Bible, but the world did not fail me because it puts the idols in the films. Countless films. I have folders, over 50 something folders of many of films with idols. I'm going to show you the costume for the giant. This here is a giant with a javelin. Here, I want to show you the forehead. He has the idol on his forehead. It's a cross here. The cross is the number 8, and here's a chevron. Here's a closer look. It's a cross and a chevron, just like Josephus. Cross and a chevron. There's a video I made that gives examples how the idol's being put on the forehead in films. This is David in the film. He's fixing to encounter giants. They've been gone for like 100, 200 years. They haven't had no giants. So the first 2 episodes, he has not yet encountered the giants. They're just building up the character. And here you can see that everything is perfect. Everybody's looking good. That Hollywood is getting much better at their idolatry. Right there is number 8. You thought I was going to praise them for doing good jobs in films. I try not to. So here's the idol. You'll see it again. This is the first episode, season 1. It's on Amazon Prime. Here's the idol again. You'll see it in all the world, but especially where Spain landed. Spain landed in Peru, in Japan, and then the Americas, like in New Mexico, where there's Navajos and Jesuits and Roman Catholics. Here you'll see this idol. It's very common to see it on the front of the doors, the houses. Here is the number 8 and a chevron together. This is, I forgot who this was, the character, but I'm going to show to you the Freemason symbol X, and X is 88. They could have used different stitching, but they know that we look to the outer appearance. There are 3 of these. Here, the X, right there, that's the number 8, and below it, the number 3. Also, too, the 2 X's is made up in the Star of David. It can hide the 2 X's, but also, more importantly, is that you see, I'm not accusing Israel, but there are corrupt leaders in every nation. It's mixture, and there's no doubt there's mixture in Israel with their leadership. This kind of data could help them to see better. If they would hear the messengers, if they would just hear and trust our Creator and to believe that He sent His Son, their eyes would be open because they would receive the Spirit of His Son. This is a Freemason symbol right here in the film. You can go look at your Freemason symbol and match it up and compare it and see it's the same. Same as this here, the IHS Jesuit emblem, the cross, and 3 nails below it right there. It's the Jesuits and the Freemasons that lead our nation and all the nations. The age of the judges is over, is what the movie is showing. Well, I don't think so. Don't let them take your hope away, because the hope is that those who can see will report to our Creator first, and then to the church leaders, that they would understand the errors and to make changes, that lives will be spared. Here's a witch, a king. That's what they were calling him. This is their enemy. They were successful in their battle. They defeated one of the rival kings. And now they're talking, celebrating. He's called a blood drinker. So these are enemies of Israel. And here is the prophet Samuel that's going before them. And there's 4 candles, and I want to tell you, I've shown before the Roman columns. This here is the match to the Roman columns, which is the most common form of making the idol. But I can look past this and dismiss this, even though I've seen them set up 4 flags or 4 people in the churches to represent the same idol. I can look past this and move on, and I'll show you more. So Samuel is talking with the king, and now you see he's got blood on his face because he killed somebody. He executed the wrath of our Creator and judgment on the enemy. Here he's all bloody. But I want to show to you something. I hope I can show you that the movie is showing, this is Old Testament time, that the seer is performing judgment for Yahweh, and he's killing somebody, so that's how he's judging. I want to tell you right now, that's not the way it works now. I've seen ILTV in Israel, and they had the plus symbol after it, just like the nations, with Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, everybody's plus, LGBTQ plus. That's the spirit of the world, is led by Inanna, the #1 enemy of Israel. Because all the nations make a covenant with her, with Lucifer, by the number 8. I just showed you the dinger at the very beginning. And the cross, it hides the number 8. That's why Inanna can slip into the churches and mix in with the churches unnoticed. But ILTV, they heard Yahweh, and they removed the plus symbol, not because of me, because they heard his words. And they are being blessed. This past year, I go to see something, and whatever I see, Yahweh is performing his judgments on it. And I know that because I can see the effects of it. I don't have to do anything but go and to look and see. I don't have to report to no human being at all. I can make all these videos, and it doesn't matter who sees it, 1 person or 100, doesn't matter. What matters is that Yahweh is sharing his glory with me because he loves me, because I trusted that Jesus Christ of Nazareth rose on the 7th day, and his name is Yahshua, and he is the Messiah of Israel. He is the son of Elohim, just like it says in the Bible. His trust is sure. You can trust him. But that's how judgments happen, and it can't be stopped. So if I go to look at, right now I'm looking at the financial stuff. I'm looking at the financial things in the world just with my eyes he gave me. And I'm looking at the idols, because the idols are bringing money to America. Hip-hop stars, film stars, music stars, everybody's doing idolatry, and they're all gaining money and getting fat and rich and luxurious, like it says in Revelation 17:18, that the mother of harlots is fat and rich and luxurious. And and look what she's doing. She's sharing it with us right now in these movies. In these films, Babylon is sharing her fatness with you. How do you think America gets all of their money? Yahweh is the source of everything, whether it's good or bad. He is a source, but he set up powers, and I know that the Bible tells me that Lucifer offered the kingdoms of this world to Jesus, to Yahshua, and he refused it. But some of these film stars and movie stars and filmmakers, they're not refusing Lucifer. They're embracing Lucifer. Here's an example right there in front of you, the number 28. That's very sad. The movie here, The House of David, was released on the 27th, and it's one digit short of 28. They know what they're doing. They cannot hide from Yahweh. And look right here, the number 28 again. A Catholic person tried to lead America down off of a cliff to get everybody to protest on the 28th. What if he said he should kill a bunch of people? That's what happened in the Spanish Inquisitions, is the Catholics had got support from a lot of people, and they went to war and tried to use their flesh to try to take the kingdom by force. You'll want to see the video on the number 28. This is some prophetic ambiguity on the video. You'll see if you search out the video on the channel. So that you would know that they have one mind. But Yahweh knows their motives. Some people maybe use the number 28 for prosperity and for good luck and just for good luck. Because every country has their own traditions and customs, and there's many secret societies that believe in different symbols, interpretation of symbols, but they're deceived because it points to Lucifer. The planet Venus has 2 transits of 8 years apart. That's 8 and 8. Here's the idol again. I want you to see clearly that here there's 3 in the corner, there's a number 3 in the corner. That points to number 12, which hides 888. But right here in the center is the octagram, and you can see there's like a heart shape on each side. Right there is like a V. Right below it is a number 8, and right below it is a V shape. There's 4 little dots here, but I'm looking below it is the V shape. You can see it clear right here on the side is 8 and a V shape. Just like here. Here's a brick of Ur. You'll see this. If you haven't seen it, you'll need to see this to understand correctly what Yahweh is revealing. You'll need to go to worldwidewidow.com and see the 10-minute video here. This is the glory of our Maker and His power to show this to me. And I forever praise my Maker on how He led me and to show these things to me. It's a relationship we have with Him, and He is trustworthy. On the right side is the iRobot film with Will Smith. There's the idol right there. As it appears right there, it appears right here. It also appears right here with the CEO killer. That's what they call him. The Luigi Magoni. He's been accused of shooting a doctor. And I want to show you his supporters. They make the sign deny, defend, oppose. There's the idol right there, 8 and 3. This is the spirit of the anti-Messiah and the mark of the beast system worldwide. There it is. Whoever sees this is being warned and being prepared at the same time. That this world system, this spirit is creeping up on us to threaten us with this mark of the beast. Is part of the beast system. The films I showed you, that there's a link to the video where the filmmakers are putting that on the forehead. If it's a deception or not a deception of the mark of the beast, I can't say yet. The body needs to work together to understand that we would know if the present view is true or the futurist view is true. Here's some more examples on how it appears right here, the octagram and the number 3 right below it. You'll need to go to this information comes off of the video on worldwidewidow.com. This is in the main video on the front page. As I'm working and laboring, here is a Sumerian kings list, a video. And the video is by a channel called My Lunch Break. I recommend that channel to understand the old world structures, old world Tartaria. It's helpful to better see our past. And I want to show you that Yahweh is He's glorified greatly, that He shows His support in the work, because as I'm laboring, this is what's going on the side with somebody else. This here is the gate of Ishtar. In the ministry that Yahweh's blessed me with, the words that I say is that this is the fat gate, the 8th gate. And the world and its churches are going through this gate and not through Messiah, who is the number 7. He rose on the 7th day, but the gods are numbered 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And right below it is 3 on each side. This is the idol ball right here. This is the double. Right here is Tanat. The catechist twisted is the number 8, and right below it is a chevron. The number 3 is 8 and 3. Just like this right here, just like here. Now we know that the original gate of Ishtar did not. This is not the original one. It's been remodeled a couple times, but still the spirit behind it is the same. This is the stela of Tanat. And here you're going to see the Roman columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. Even inside that window is the idol. I've already looked closely. There's the idol inside. They're not just common patterns. And here's Bambi Thug. She supports the same idol, the Roman columns. This is the Roman columns, is the idol. As you see right here, let's look a little closer. Right here, there is no dot. You see that? No dot. Right here, there's no dot. But down here, there is. You see? At the bottoms. Because there is a cross, and below it is a 3. Same over here. They're showing 3 at the bottom. But what I want to show you is this. Here's a Sumerian idol right here. This is referred to as the cone and bag. The cone and the bag. This is an Assyrian deity. There's more on the Roman columns. The video is called See the Spider in Government and Politics. If you search the channel for that, you can see the video with details. The revelation is that it matches the brick here and the spider. And like I showed you, this is my lunch break. As Yahweh is showing to me the House of David film and the Assyrian on the wall. Here also somebody else is looking at the same thing. Just showing you Yahweh support us when we are laboring for Him. He is glorified when He shows His support, that we know that He is the one who's leading us. So here's a Sumerian deity, the cone and bag. Here's a closer image. So this Sumerian deity with the cone and bag, where will it lead you? That's the question. Just like if somebody's teaching you the Bible, where are they going to lead you? Most of the world is going to lead you to Trinity, and they're going to lead you to an idol, and this idol is right there. It may look like there's only 3 on one side, but it has a small piece here, as you'll see. This is the Assyrian tree of life. If you search for Assyrian tree of life or the Sumerian tree of life, you'll run into the same thing. And this is Ashur Mazda. That you'll see that in the Zoroastrian religion in Persia. This idol and this religion and idol and the spirit spread to the whole world. Yahweh's glorified when I seen that this was what crept into Tibet. When I was a Tibetan Buddhist, I found that the idol is in Tibetan Buddhism, in the Dharma Chakra, and also the Chinrazig. Here is 4 on the left and 4 on the right in the centerpiece. That's 8 and 3, 8 and V idol. And that particular idol, the way it appears in that form, is discussed in this video here. I recommend you watch this to get more information on the idol as it appears that way. Like right here, Sumerian. This is a tablecloth, and here is the idol right there. It's in local churches, in this church right here, and right here is in the Vatican City in the air vents in St. Peter's. It all goes back to the Sumerians. Here is on the head of the Pope's chair. On the Pope's chair here, very clear, 4 on the left, 4 on the right. The Sumerians have crept in. I want to stop at the idol and to show you this part right here, that the film is showing, the blood and violence is not without. But I praise my Maker, because here I didn't capture the blood and the gruesome part, which I don't care about showing to anybody. They're pulling an arrow out of his body. So they're showing violence and blood and gore and then idolatry. Those are 2 things that go together in our films. And the filmmakers and the actors, or not the filmmakers, but the actors are innocent, I believe. Some are, some not. Only Yahweh knows the heart. But the actors are being led to represent Lucifer through the films with the idols. What do you see right here? All the way back in the background. So look closer and you'll see Egyptian Ankh right there. These are Egyptian Ankhs. More importantly is the Djed right there. The Djed is the idol of Lucifer. It shows the same configurations of 8 and 3. And it's right there hidden. These 2 go together because one is a masculine symbol and the other is a feminine symbol. Here is a Djed, and they're worshiping the Djed. They're worshiping Lucifer, and they don't know that. I boast in the works of our Messiah, of his works and his resurrection, and the power of his resurrection that has allowed me to see. There's 3 in the middle, as 4 on the left, 4 on the right, and 3 in the middle. This one shows 4, but the original is 3. But what you're doing is you're counting the spaces right here. 1, 2, and 3. Inside, like the Roman columns. Exactly like the Roman columns. Here's the Djed here, 8 and 3, you'll see. And they put the dots on it. I mentioned this in the video. So here is the video on Rush, where I mentioned these, the Djed. This here will tell you more symbolism, meaning. And here they are together. I've not seen them together until recently, but they are together. Like here in the hieroglyphics, they're together. And here it is in my past with Tibetan Buddhism is the Bindu right here. and the crescent moon. This is a symbol of the sun and the moon, the union of the sun and the moon. Because Lucifer is honored in that way in many religions, is honored as the sun and the moon and the union. For example, the religion of androgyny, people have their preferences, but when you have the union of both male and female together, it honors Lucifer. The planet Venus is called Hesperus and Phosphorus because it has two natures, is how the world sees it, as masculine and feminine. And Inanna is androgynous as well. This is the Bindu, the union of the sun and the moon. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to Elohim. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. Like I said, it appears as filmmakers are making sacrifices to their deities, even to devils, because of the idols. Because the scripture says that the idols are worthless, but they're also being compared to demons. So it's set, and here is I want to show to you with the churches we have mixed worship. And these idols, I'm not too much interested in the idols in the films, but I'm going to show you the same thing that I'm seeing in the films is in the churches. So when you see these videos about films, you need to know that Yahweh is showing His grace and care for us to open our eyes to see the trouble, to see the enemy, so that way if you see it in the church, you'll separate yourself from that church. So we have mixed worship, and I want to take you to the scriptures that in 2 Samuel, Yahweh's showing to us that they were carrying the Ark of the Covenant on a cart, right here, a cart. They set the Ark of Elohim on a new cart, and they brought it out of the house of I forgot the name. Abinadab. If I slow down, I'll do better. Abinadab, which was on the hill, and Uzzah and Acho, the son of Abinadab, drove the new cart. And they brought it out to the house of Abinadab, which was on the hill, accompanying the ark of Elohim, and Acho went before the ark. Then David and all the house of Israel played music before Yahweh on all kinds of instruments of fir wood, on harps, on stringed instruments, and tambourines, and sistrums, and on cymbals. And when they came to Nachon's threshing floor, Uzzah put out his hand on the ark of Elohim and took hold of it, for the oxen stumbled. He had an accident. Then the anger of Yahweh was aroused against Uzzah, and God, or Elohim, struck him there for his error, and he died there by the ark of Elohim. And David became angry because Elohim's outbreak against Uzzah, and he called the place Perez Uzzah to this day. My understanding is that they were carrying it on a cart, and they should not have carried it on a cart, but carried on the poles, like the rod of Aaron and the Ark of the Covenant. It was set up for it to be carried by 4 people on poles, and not put on a cart carried by wheels and cows and bulls and animals, like right here. So here they're making a mistake. They're worshiping Yahweh in the wrong way. They're worshiping Him, and they don't know that they don't know they're making a mistake. And this is a new understanding I have, and I could not learn and understand this without the rest of the body of Messiah. But the body of Messiah works together that we are complete. Look right here and see. King David says that no one may carry the ark of Elohim but the Levites, which are the priests. For Elohim has chosen them to carry the ark of Elohim to minister before them forever, and not carried on a cart. So today we have people in the churches, they mean well, but they're worshiping our Creator in the way that the pagans and the nations around them worship our Creator. Jeremiah 10 warns us about that, not to do the ways of the nations. Yahweh shows to me from the beginning of my conversion that you influence them, don't let them influence you. And that's very helpful for the churches to realize, to influence others, and don't let the spirit of the world influence you. This is a proper way for them to carry the ark. This is the pure worship here of our Creator, and not to do as the nations. The nations are doing idolatry, including in this film, The House of David. And all I can say is that there's going to be a time coming when we who have a covenant with Yahweh will not watch no movies no more, because they're full of idols. America's on the brink, and our filmmakers are helping destroy America. There's no questions about it. There's no, fire starting, or gaslighting. That's the word, gaslighting. I'm a messenger of Yahweh, and there is no conspiracy, and filmmakers need to repent that America will be spared. The churches need to repent that America will be spared. This is the end of the message. Shalom.